It's Monday the 7th of July and it's school holidays for me, and I am heading down to the beach for the week. Very excited, and I'm pretty much all packed, except I'm waiting for a delivery from the post office. So the post app is showing that the yarn I ordered from Bendigo Woolen Mills is due to arrive today, and I need that yarn for my next project. So while I'm away, I'm hoping to cast on the stripe hype sweater. And this is the background color that I don't have yet. I've got my colored stripes, but I don't have the background color. So I'm basically just hanging around and waiting for that post to arrive so that I can leave and get my holiday started. I did have one other delivery arrive already today though, and that is my 3rd month of the August Bird Yarn Club that I got for my birthday from my mum and dad. So while I've got this time, I may as well open it and see what color I got this month. I'll put pictures of the first 2 colours I got up on the screen. I have actually put the first one to use in a beanie, a Bendigo beanie by Sana & Co. And I love the way that one turned out. The second colourway was a blue with some sort of little moments of purple in there. And I haven't decided what I'll use that one for yet. And let's find out what this one is. I'd say this colour is very me. I love pink. And I'm excited about this one. So you can see it's got quite a lot of variety in there. This one's got the name Kind Smiles, and it's really pretty, and I'm excited to add that into my stash. The yarns that I've been receiving in this club have been DK weight yarns, which has been great because I haven't knit a whole lot with DK weight before, and so I don't have much of a stash or leftover yarns from different projects. So it's been really nice to sort of build up a little bit of a collection of DK weight yarns, and I've actually really been enjoying knitting with them. Just that little bit more squishy yarn compared to the fingering weight that I've used a lot of in the past. So it's about 10 past 2. I was hoping to leave here at 2, but yeah, I really want to have at least a project to work on with my knitting while I'm away. So it's worth just waiting around and waiting for that delivery because yeah, I've got no project on the go at the moment, and that's starting to make me feel a bit anxious. There's no way I could do 5 nights down at my parents' beach house without a knitting project. So hopefully it will come soon. All right, it's about 10 to 3. My parcel has arrived. I haven't opened it. I've got it in the car with me. I've got my new yarn in the car with me too. And I'm heading off to the beach. It is such a beautiful day today. Hopefully I'll get there in time to have a walk before the sun goes down because yeah, it's a beautiful winter's day. Hopefully the weather will continue. Well, I made it. It is now about 20 past 4. Sun's still up, so it's time to do a quick walk before dinner and the sun goes down. So I think the forecast for the rest of the week is not supposed to be very good. I think it's going to be raining a lot of the week. So I'm glad to have been able to get out for this walk this evening. Usually even when there is rain around, there's at least a time that you can get out for a walk anyway each day. So that's my plan for the week. A bit of work, a lot of walking, a lot of sewing and knitting, and I will look forward to sharing with you each day. weather is quite windy today, not sunny like yesterday. I had a lovely evening last night watching some TV and some tennis, and I got started on my stripe hype sweater, and I'm on to my third stripe there. So this pattern, you start from the upper back. So I have done a couple of stripes there. I've got a couple more repeats to go, and then I move on to one of the front sides. So that was a really enjoyable start to that project so far. This morning I'm going to get some schoolwork done, just want to start chipping away at that. My other plans today are I'd like to go to the beach to get some photos of my Glow Hair Frost shawl. I still haven't taken any photos of that apart from just sort of holding it awkwardly in my living room. So hoping to get some nice photos of that at the beach before it rains. And I will start cutting my binding for my Tamarack jacket. So I started making my Tamarack jacket in April, and I've kind of come to a standstill. I really didn't do any for months, and I'm at the point now where I need to make some bias binding. The pattern says I need about 5 yards of it, I think. So a lot of cutting and piecing together some strips of fabric to be done, but then I'll be able to get onto the construction of that jacket. So that's exciting. And then I'll do a little bit more knitting later on tonight when I have some couch and TV time. I also just realized that in my haste to get down here yesterday, once I got my Bendigo yarn delivery, I never showed you what was inside the parcel. So I had ordered some balls of 8-ply yarn to be the background color for my stripe hype sweater, and the colorway is Magnolia, and I got it on the yarn base called Whisper 8-ply. So it's 100% merino, and it's a 200-gram ball. And honestly, the color is exactly what I was hoping for. So it's kind of an off-white, creamy color. And I think it looks really beautiful as the background for my 5 colors that I already had. And then while I was buying that, I took advantage of the sale they had on, and I bought 2 balls of the luxury 8-ply as well. So I think this was 30% off. And I have been looking for some colors to make my Cold Hearts cowl that also uses DK weight. And I did want a high contrast combination of yarns. So I got 2 different pinks. So these are a potential for my Cold Hearts cowl. I think that will be really fun. My goodness, it's windy. And yeah, so again, these are 200-gram balls, and again, 100% merino, but this is called the luxury 8-ply. So I'm not really sure what the difference is. Apparently the Whisper is a bit softer. It feels a bit softer, to be honest. It feels really lovely. But yeah, that is what came in my Bendigo parcel. It has been raining for hours, but it's finally calmed down enough for, well, it looks like on the radar we've got a bit of a break in the rain. So Mum and I are heading to the beach to try and get some photos of this shawl. I'll get some of my new beanie while I'm at it as well. So hopefully the rain stays away long enough for us to get a nice walk in, and hopefully I'll get some nice photos. morning everyone, it's Wednesday, the rain has cleared, it's a beautiful morning and I'm in my car because I am off for a bit of a holiday treat. My Year 12 choir students at the end of last year gave me a voucher to use at a spa for a facial or a massage. So I'm off to get a massage this morning, very excited about it. It's about a 10-minute drive away, so yeah, not far at all, and I'm very excited to have a very relaxing morning. Well, I'm feeling very relaxed now and very moisturized. A beautiful massage. It was really, really lovely. So now I'm going to head home. My plan for today is to keep doing schoolwork. I've got a lot to do. I just want to get as much of that done as possible before I then enjoy a whole lot of sewing. So my plan today is finish as much of the schoolwork as I can. I'll do some more knitting later tonight. Last night I did a couple more stripes on my stripe hype sweater, so that's been really enjoyable. But yeah, I've just got this schoolwork hanging over me, so I'm going to try and do that when I get home. And yeah, I'll look forward to really getting into the sewing and knitting once I finish that. Good morning again everyone, it's Thursday now. It is quite a dreary day today, pretty wet, a lot of rain forecast. I have spent the morning finishing off the schoolwork I wanted to get done, so it is done. So that's a really good feeling. And now I'm going to move on to starting to cut the strips of bias binding to continue with my Tamarack jacket. So I'm going to set up on the table tennis table and get cutting, and then I'm getting to go out for lunch today. So my parents have got a couple of gift vouchers for a local winery. I'm very lucky because I'm in the right place at the right time, and they have kindly extended the invitation for me to join them at the winery today. So that's where we're going for lunch. I've got about 2 hours before we head off, so I'll see how much of this binding creation I can get done. We're heading off for lunch now. Dad's driving, so I get to just relax. That was all delicious. The last course was so rich though, that chocolate dessert. feeling quite full now. So the rain looks to have stopped for a little while. So Mum and I are going to do a quick change and go for a walk, just a short one, because it's about 4:30 and we don't have much sunlight left in the day. So quick walk up to the lookout, I reckon, before relaxing on the couch with my knitting for the rest of the evening. Good morning everyone, it is now Friday and I'm out for breakfast this morning. I've got a friend staying locally as well, so I'm going to go pick her up and we're going to find a nice cafe to sit in and have a catch up. So I'm back from a lovely breakfast with my friend and I'm just collecting my mum because we're going to go to Hastings now to Little Woolly to visit their new, they've expanded their store, so very excited to see that. And I want to pick up a skein of DK weight yarn to make one more Bendigo beanie. This one's for my 10-year-old son. He barracks for Port Adelaide Football Club, so I thought I would make him a beanie that is in the Port Adelaide team colours. My mum's got some black and white yarn I can use, but I need like a bright teal colour. So that is what I'm looking for at Little Woolly, and I'm also just looking forward to seeing what the shop looks like. Everyone, it is Saturday now. It's a beautiful day today. It's actually going to be quite warm for winter here. The forecast maximum is 17 degrees. So I'm actually heading back to Melbourne this afternoon, but there are a couple of things I want to get done before I do. And the first on my list is to sew all these strips together for my bias binding so that I can move on with my Tamarack jacket. So that is my plan for now. I'm going to put on my headphones. I've been listening to an audiobook this week. That's been one of my goals for the week, is to listen to a book. So I borrowed a book from the library called The Greatest Gift, and it's by Rachel Johns, who's an Australian author. I've read a few of her books before and I've really enjoyed them. So I'll put that on. I'll get these sewn up and then I might even move on to attaching my first patch pocket. So the other day I cut out all of my pieces for my Tamarack jacket and I quilted up my patch pockets. Obviously I need to trim that and then I want to sew them on, which does take some bias binding. There's a really comprehensive set of sew-alongs on the Grainline Studio YouTube channel. So I'm going to be following along with those. There are a lot. They go through every single step of the Tamarack jacket. So that's really helpful. So yeah, when I'm up to that step, I'll rewatch that video of how to attach the pocket. But yeah, hopefully I'll get about an hour of sewing done before I head to the beach for a walk. 6:30 in the afternoon on Saturday and I'm about to drive home to Melbourne. My holiday here has come to an end. I'm heading back and then tonight I'm going to go into town on the train and go to a choir concert. So that should be quite nice. I'll take my knitting with me on the train. Get a bit more of my beanie done. But yeah, it's a beautiful day for driving home. So yeah, I'll put my book on and I'll be home in about an hour. Well, I just ran to try and get my train, but I missed it. It's okay, there's another one coming in 10 minutes and I should still get to my concert on time, but I'll just get there if everything goes to plan. I did go and buy myself a sandwich for dinner, so I'll eat that while I wait for my train and then I'll get to knit all the journey there. Well, I absolutely loved the concert I just went to. It was so beautiful. Now I just have to get back to the train station. My train doesn't leave for about 20 minutes, so I'm going to take my time and get a tram there so that I don't have to walk through the city streets by myself. Sunday, and today is a day of getting a whole lot of jobs done. Lots of cleaning, I've done the grocery shopping, I just need to unpack, put everything away and get ready for my children to return to me at 5 o'clock this evening. So I'm going to have my children with me for the next week. I'm really looking forward to having them back and to sharing some holiday time with them. But before I sign off on this video, I wanted to show you where I got up to with some of my projects. So I'll show you the beanie that I started. This is my third Bendigo beanie by Sana & Co. And I've made 3 because my children and I will be going to Bendigo this week and we'll be attending the sheep show. And this pattern has been written with the sheep show in mind and to encourage people who are going to knit it up and to wear it to the sheep show. So I've got 2 already done and I wanted to make 1 more for my 10-year-old son. Now, as I mentioned, he is a Port Adelaide supporter, so I bought that bright coloured teal wool for his hat. And I've been doing the brim of the hat in that colour. And I've just started adding my contrast horizontal stripe colour, which I'm going to do in black. And then the top of the beanie, the crown, when I change colours, I'll have a white background. So yeah, you can see I've just done 1 little stripe and I'll keep moving up the beanie with that. So I've got a deadline for this one. This one I want to have finished by, well, probably by Tuesday because we are heading to Bendigo on Wednesday. It'll be up to him whether he wants me to include a pom-pom or not. I'll ask him. But yeah, it's a very straightforward pattern. And now that I've finished the rib, hopefully it'll be quite fast. Every second row you're doing colour work, but every other row it's just a plain knit the whole way across. So those rows are really, really fast. So that's where that one is. My other knitting project, my stripe hype sweater, I absolutely love. It's been a real struggle to stop that to move on to the beanie, but I'll show you where I'm at with that one. So this pattern, as I mentioned, you start with the back and then you pick up stitches and you knit one of the front sides and then you pick up stitches and you knit one of the other front sides and then you join those front sides together. And that's where I'm at the moment. So I've got my front and my back upper sections. Once I finish, I've got 1 more stripe to add in this front section and then I'm going to be joining the front and the back and working in the round for the rest of the bodice. So I'm looking forward to that. This is one of those really addictive patterns that you just want to keep seeing what it looks like when you add another stripe. And the wool I'm working with is absolutely beautiful to touch. So loving this project and cannot wait to continue it in my free time this week once I finish the beanie. The other thing I wanted to show you was a little project bag that I've been carrying my beanie around in. And I made this project bag up last weekend, but I haven't shown you yet. And it's the Pucker project bag by Sian of The Obsessive Maker. She's one of my friends who I attend a knitting club with, and I wanted to support her in buying this pattern, but I think it's really, really cute and it was really fun to make as well. So it comes in 2 different sizes. I've made the small one, and I guess the sort of just defining feature of the bag is this thick elastic channel at the top that sort of then keeps your project nice and secure. There is an inside pocket I have put in, and you can see sort of the outline of that there in that contrast thread. And then the pattern suggests that you use a webbing for this wrist strap, but I wanted to pick up on the little strawberries in this fabric that I got from Spotlight, and I chose a fat quarter that I had in my collection that I thought would work really well. So this red with these cute little flowers on it, just to create my own strap that would fit into this D-ring. So that D-ring is then also really handy. You can put, you can hang your little charms or your stitch markers on there, and I really like that feature as well. The pattern comes as written instructions with dimensions for what pieces to cut out and things like that. I found it really easy to follow. To keep it as simple as possible, the directions do say to avoid a directional print, because otherwise you'll end up with one side of your bag having the print upside down. But I really wanted to use this really cute directional print. So I decided to, first of all, create a seam. So it's at the very base of the bag, you wouldn't even notice it, so that both of my sides, you have the chickens facing the right way. So that is my Pucker Project bag by The Obsessive Maker. And with my Tamarack jacket, I did finish making all of my bias binding, but I haven't started attaching it to the project yet. So I've got a couple of hours before my kids come home. I do have a couple of priorities. The first one is to get this video edited. The next one is to clean up my place and to get it all nice and tidy before they get home. If I have extra time, I will start attaching the pockets to that project. This week I probably won't have a whole lot of time to sew. We are going away on Wednesday, heading to Bendigo. I will be taking my knitting obviously, but I won't be doing any sewing while I'm away. So next week's video will be a bit of a review on the Bendigo Sheep Show with children. So that should be interesting. It'll be a new experience for all of us. At the moment, the forecast's looking pretty good, so hopefully it won't be too wet, but I am expecting it to be cold. So we will need our Bendigo beanies. So we're all really looking forward to that. Thank you so much for spending some time to follow along with me for this week, and I'll look forward to seeing you